Hi, this is Ajanta ma'am. Today I shall be discussing a very important question on the short story With the Photographer by Stephen Leacock. I've already made a number of videos on this short story, so please refer for a complete analysis into the story. You need to go back and check out those videos. Now, the story With the Photographer unfolds in the photographer's studio, which serves as the setting of the story. Now, the story serves as a critique of societal norms that prioritize artificial standards of beauty over individual authenticity. So people like to present themselves as different than what they actually are. The story therefore often exposes the invisible power dynamics in the seemingly very normal interaction between the narrator and the photographer. When the photographer came out at last, I'm reading from the story, he looked very grave and shook his head. "The face is quite wrong," he said. "I know," I answered quietly. "I have always known it." Now, in this part of the story, what did the photographer say about the narrator's face? He calls the narrator's face quite wrong. And the narrator says, "I've always known my face to be like this." So, even though you might think it is wrong, this is me and that is what I am. Therefore, the answer to this question will be when the photographer commented that the narrator's face was quite wrong, it implies that he found something that was unsatisfactory about the narrator's face, or something that was undesirable in the narrator's facial features. The photographer remarks suggest that he had certain preferences or certain views of how a person should look, and a suitable face probably for photography. Even though the photographer calls the narrator's face quite wrong, the narrator response is very calm and he agreed with the photographer's comment about his face being quite wrong, and he says he acknowledged that he has always been aware of the faults in his face. Nobody is perfect in this world. We all have faults. This indicates that the narrator had a rather realistic idea or perception of his own appearance, and therefore he was not surprised at all that the photographer found it quite wrong. And he was neither defensive about the whole thing. So the constant, the tilt and the turn and the angle and all that the photographer did to his face, the narrator said that I've lived with it for 40 years and I know its faults. So the narrator was self-aware and he accepted the imperfections in his face. Thank you for watching.